Man, Earl Spence is like Shane's song off the first Mortal Kombat. The way he could take everybody's style and use it against them. Shane will fight you, take your style, and do your style better than you. Mastering your shit. And that's Earl Spence. You get Jaws out there. Now you think it's safe. No, Jaws ain't the epitome of greatness. There's something out there much bigger. Yes, you got it. And here comes Superbud. Come through to snatch it up. All is well in the world, right? Or wrong. You forget the Megalodon. Bud might have caught Jaws in the ichthyosaur, so but he ain't ready for the Megalodon. And that's the big Spence, the Megalodon. Matter of fact, he ain't even a Megalodon. Earl Spence is the biggest. How can you measure what ain't been measured before? Captain Ahab reaching out fishing. You gonna catch something that you ain't mean to catch right there, because you can't catch the uncatchable, the Leviathan. Earl, the true Spence, strap season, man down, smoking on Bud tour. It's your boy Upper Echelon coming at you with another banger. They say styles make fights. Fights make styles. You don't know how each person look because styles makes fight. Well, guess what? Earl got every style in the game. And I'm going to go into that in this video. See, unlike other fighters, Earl had a vision and Derrick James had the know-how. And you put that together, you got the truth. And see, what people don't understand now, there's no style that Earl is not seen, adapted to, or is used to. So anybody he fights, he can adapt and progress his style to make that fight. See, that's the difference between being a developed fighter and a built fighter. Earl was developed for greatness, not built to show on paper. That's why he took tough fights coming up. He took hard-banging head fighters like Emmanuel Larte, Phil LaGreco, Leonard Bundu. He took fighters like that to get him that banging style so he'd know what it's like to get hit with a hard shot. Then he had athletic fighters like Chris Algieri and Chris Van Heerden, who were athletic, they fought, and they controlled the ring, like they like to move around the ring. That made Earl's cutoff skills that much better. See, Earl Spence is the best at cutting off the ring. See, as Earl moves forward, he moves forward and up. Moves forward and up. So people don't know, as they steady moving side to side, he's closing them in and getting him to where he wants them to fight at. And see, with fighters like that, Earl learned how to cut the ring off even better. And his jab is impeccable. Lamont Peterson was a slick fighter. Earl fought him. Earl had to adapt to his slick fighting style. This the same Lamont Peterson that they said gave Floyd that work in sparring. The same person Earl gave work in sparring. Floyd Mayweather. Yes, Lamont Peterson was slick, and Earl figured him out. Sean Porter was an inside rough and dirty fighter. Earl said, I'm going to fight him his style. And Earl got in there and he fought him his style. He went in there and banged it out with Sean. He showed the toughness, the grit, and the dog. He could have outboxed Sean. He could have stepped back and boxed him on the outside, but no. Earl wanted to go against that style, and he wanted to make that style his own. Just like when he fought Mikey Garcia. They say, oh, Mikey's a better boxer. He was going to outbox Earl. Earl could have bulldozed him, but no. Earl perfected another style. He took Mikey's style and made it better. He went against a counterpuncher. He jabbed, and outboxed the counterpuncher. He made the counterpuncher not even throw his punches. He beat Mikey from pillar to post from every corner to that daggone ring. Yes. Danny Garcia as well is a slick counterpuncher. Earl destroyed him. So Earl destroyed the counterpunchers because he keeps the shots coming and he keeps blinding them with the jab as well. Carlos Ocampo was a rough and rugged Mexican that liked to go Mexican style. Earl came out there, he went Mexican style with him. Earl will give you any style you want. Yordenis Ugas came out there. He wanted to be slick but inside fight. And see, from the previous fights Earl has gotten, Yordenis Ugas just didn't have the grit in the middle to last as long with Earl, because Earl is able to do too many things in the ring. People don't understand. Each time Earl fights, he's that much better. When he fought Kell Brook, he was down 4-2 in the 7th round. And Earl, he adapted. See, he was pushed to his limit, then he overcame. He prestiged. Like, you'll never know how great you are until you're pushed to your limit. Once you're pushed to your limit, either you're going to fold or you're going to overcome and break through that barrier. And that's what Errol did. And after he broke through that barrier, he broke through Kell Brook as well. And each fight after that, you see what happened. The only problem Errol had was himself. He felt like he was so good, which he was, that he said 40 and 50% is better than all these welterweights out here. So he stopped strength and conditioning to fight Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, and Sean Porter. He felt like he didn't need all that. He felt like it was a waste of time. Sure, he got the unanimous decision and beat them, but he didn't get the stoppage. And people don't realize Errol was a bulldozer machine. He sparked people out. He sent Chris Van Heerden to the ground. He sent Algiers across the ring 3-4 times. He sparked Leonard Bundu out and had him laying down waiting for the damn stretcher. And Errol fought different styles. He even switched up against Lamont Peterson and a little bit on Danny. So he can even switch styles from left to right as well. So ain't none of that is nothing that Errol can't see. But Errol knows the most important thing about boxing, and it's a strong jab. Nobody has a sharper, crisper, and more dangerous jab than Errol the True Spence. And Errol the True Spence, he ends and leads with that jab. He will jab then body then jab. And you can't get away from that. And his style is so evasive and so aggressive and it's so overwhelming, you can't get away from it. Errol has the perfect style, plus he has the perfect motor. This man does 14 rounds of sparring, 4-minute rounds in a row. 4 different sparring partners, and changing the sparring partners, starting off with Jermell Charlo and ending it with Sir Marcus or another light heavyweight. That means that man can take a shot and he has power plus his motor. And see, that's the thing against most fighters. A lot of fighters are box, but don't nobody really want to fight. When you in there with Errol, you're going to be fighting for your life. You're going to be fighting in quicksand. Errol, you got to sink or swim because he's going to give it all out there. That man could really go out there and throw 1,000 punches. And if you don't understand, each time you take a shot, that's taken away from your body, your stamina, and your power. And then you got to throw some as well. And people talking about Yordenis Ugas didn't do nothing. No, Yordenis Ugas did as much as he could. But them shots came in. Them shots hurt. Them shots paused him. It wasn't much he could do because every time he was throwing off, he was getting tagged right back. And that's what Errol does. They say Mikey didn't do nothing. Mikey felt them shots. He was getting tagged. Lamont Peterson tried to, but he was getting sat down on his ass. Kell Brook, he fought through it a little bit, but Kell Brook even had to bend the knee. Ocampo took it to the ribs and said, "The hell with this." And people forget, Errol was the A-class boogeyman, 11-fight knockout streak until he started partying and hanging out and not doing strength and conditioning. But now, Errol's back on his game. Errol's back, and he's the best that we done seen. He's been in training camp since before the Ugas fight. After he beat Ugas, 2 days later, he was back in camp training for Terrence Crawford. And people don't realize Terrence Crawford's about to get the worst one of his life. It's not even going to be a rematch because they said the rematch got to be done by December. Terrence Crawford about to take his farewell money. That's why he sat there and held out for so long. And he's going to take this ass whooping and he's going to be happy and he's going to bid y'all farewell. Errol Spence got every style. There's nobody out there right now that can see that man. And hopefully he gets that 168 fight with Canelo. But Canelo even knows he can't beat Errol Spence. That's your boy, Upper Echelon. And I'm signing out. Thank you.